Parents gifted sister $400,000, invoiced me. I paid, cut contact, now she's screaming. My name's Jake, and I reckon I oughta tell you about my life with my folks and my sister, Lisa. Growing up, me and my parents didn't exactly see eye to eye all the time, nothing awful, mind you, just not the warmest setup. They always had a soft spot for Lisa, and I got used to playing second fiddle. She's 32 now, and back in the day, she was their pride and joy, the apple of their eye. Me, I'm 28, and I spent my childhood kinda trailing behind her glow. Lisa always got the shiny new stuff, phones straight off the shelf, fancy clothes, and all their attention while I patched together whatever I could from her leftovers. I started flipping burgers and mowing lawns at 16 to scrape together cash for the things I wanted. Didn't gripe too much about it, though. I figured mom and dad didn't know me more than a roof and some grub, and honestly, I like standing on my own 2 feet. Things took a wild turn when Lisa tied the knot 3 years back. My parents handed her and her new hubby a fat stack of cash, 400 grand, no less. They bought a big, pretty house in one of those ritzy neighborhoods with manicured lawns and gates. I was happy for her, truly, even if it pinched a bit seeing that kind of money float her way. I had my own thing going. I'd landed a solid gig as a software engineer, socked away some savings, and was dating a gal named Jenny, who'd end up being my wife. I didn't sit around moping that they'd never tossed me a dime like that. I wasn't counting on it anyhow. Then last year, Jenny said yes when I popped the question, and I was over the damn moon. We'd been together long enough to know we were the real deal, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. We decided to keep the wedding low-key, nothing flashy, just something nice we could afford without draining our bank accounts. We figured 36 grand would cover it, simple, classy, no over-the-top nonsense. Out of nowhere, my parents piped up and said they'd foot the whole bill. I was floored. It felt like they were finally throwing me a bone, treating me like I mattered as much as Lisa. They got all excited, asking about places to hold it and who'd cater, acting like they really cared. I didn't overthink the dollars and cents, I just assumed they wanted to do right by me after pouring so much into Lisa. Never dreamed they'd match her 400 grand, but this seemed like a decent gesture. The big day was perfect, just how we wanted it, small, with our closest people, nothing crazy. Mom and Dad gave toasts, danced a little, and looked proud as hell. For once, I felt like they saw me, not just Lisa's little brother. We were set to jet off for a honeymoon a week later, after tying up some work stuff. But 2 days after the wedding, I got an email from Dad that hit me like a sucker punch. No congrats or nothing, just a cold note with a PDF attached, a damn bill for every cent they'd spent on the wedding. Pay us back quick, it said, like I owed them for a car repair. I stared at my laptop, jaw on the floor. The total? $35,463.89, down to the last napkin and shrimp cocktail. Felt like I'd been kicked in the gut. Jenny walked in, saw me zoned out, and when I showed her, she was spitting mad. We could have paid it, sure, but that ain't the point. They'd offered to cover it, pushed it on me, even, and acted all thrilled about it. Now they're invoicing me? I started steaming, thinking back on how they'd handed Lisa that huge chunk of change for her wedding, no questions asked, while I'm stuck with a tab. It wasn't just the cash, it was years of them picking her over me, all crashing down in this one dirty move. After a rough night tossing and turning, talking it out with Jenny, I made up my mind. I wrote a check for the full amount, didn't want their money hanging over me, but I also penned a letter. Face-to-face would have ended in a shouting match, and I wasn't about that. I laid it out plain, I'd been on my own since 16, hustling while they spoiled Lisa rotten. When they said they'd pay for my wedding, I thought they were finally leveling the field, showing me some of that love they'd always dumped on her. Instead, they yanked the rug out. I didn't sugarcoat it, I'd swallowed a lot over the years, never whined about how they favored her, but this stunt? Making me think it was a gift, then billing me like some deadbeat? That cut deep. I told them this was it, no more money games. I didn't want their help, their handouts, nothing, not even a penny when they're gone. They could leave it all to Lisa, like they always had. Mailed it off, blocked their numbers, and felt a weight lift. Jenny had my back, and I figured that was that. But then, silence from them, just nothing, which only fired me up more. Next thing I know, my phone's blowing up with calls and texts from aunts, uncles, cousins I barely know, all saying I'm an ungrateful jerk. Your parents did so much for you, they said, like I'd spit in their faces. Lisa rang me up too, hollering that I'm ripping the family apart over a dumb bill. Just pay it and shut up, she said, like she'd ever had to pay them back for squat. I didn't answer any of them. What do you even say? Part of me felt right, I'd taken enough of their crap, and this was my line in the sand. But then I'd wonder if I was making a mountain out of a molehill. Was I wrong to think they'd treat my wedding like Lisa's, no strings? Should I have just paid and kept the peace? Jenny's folks were stunned when they heard, checking in daily, telling me I didn't deserve this. That helped, but the non-stop nagging from my kin started wearing me thin. Did I screw this up? Should I have talked it out first instead of cutting them off? After all those years feeling like the runner-up to Lisa, was I justified, or just nuts? I was stuck, torn between knowing I deserved better and worrying I'd torched my family for good. Update 1, man, things got uglier since I last spilled my guts. Didn't think sending the check and letter would kick the hornet's nest this hard, but it did. Yesterday, I woke up to an email from Mom, snuck through cause it came from her work address, one I hadn't blocked. It was a long, preachy ramble. She said the bill wasn't serious, they weren't gonna cash my check. Called it a lesson in handling money, like I'm some kid who can't balance a checkbook. Said they'd plan to rip it up after I learned something, then surprised me with 100 grand as a real wedding gift. I read that and thought, are you kidding me? A lesson? Who pulls that on their own kid? It hit me, this wasn't about care or fairness, it was them flexing control, testing if I'd roll over or fight back. Felt slimy as hell. I didn't wait, I deposited that check right from my phone. No way was I letting them play that game and back out. Wanted them to feel it stick. Then I fired back a short email, good to know it was a test, not a mix-up. Blocked her work email after that, no more of their tricks for me. That night, Lisa showed up at my place, no warning, banging on the door like a lunatic, yelling my name. I stayed quiet, hoping she'd buzz off, but nope. She started shouting through the wood, calling me a baby for blowing this up. Said Mom and Dad were just teaching me to be responsible cause they thought I sucked with cash. That, from Lisa, the gal who's never paid her own way a day in her life, made me want to punch a wall. While she ranted, I grabbed my phone and hit record. Didn't know where this was headed, but I needed proof if it got worse. She kept going, saying I'm wrecking the family over nothing, that I should say sorry and get over it. They didn't mean it, she claimed, like that fixes everything. Kept calling me the bad guy. I didn't budge, just listened, boiling inside. Finally, she stormed off, but not before yelling I'm selfish and trying to ditch the family over dollars. Sat thereafter, heavy as a brick. Her tantrum just proved what I'd known forever, she's their cheerleader, no matter how rotten they act. Later, more families started texting, Lisa must have run to Mom and Dad, and they sicked the relatives on me. Aunts, uncles, random buddies of theirs, all piling on, I'm ungrateful, stirring up drama, gotta apologize. One aunt I hadn't seen in years said I'm lucky to have parents who'd teach me lessons and spend big on my wedding. Said I should thank my stars they even care. Couldn't believe how fast they all flipped, like my folks are saints cause they've got cash, and I'm the villain for calling out their garbage. Nobody cared about the mind games or how they'd always pick Lisa. Just saw me dissing their kindness and jumped on the hate train. Jenny noticed it was eating at me, kept asking if I wanted to ditch my phone for a bit, get some quiet. She said I ain't wrong, reminded me how they'd always put Lisa first and used money to yank us around. Worst part? Mom and Dad wouldn't even explain themselves, just sat back, acting like poor, misunderstood parents while I'm the brat. Thought maybe I should have sat them down instead of mailing that letter, but deep down, I know how that ends, they'd twist it till I'm begging forgiveness for being pissed. Been there too many times. For now, I'm trying to focus on me and Jenny, building our life, hoping this mess fades. Update 2, hey y'all, first off, thanks for all the words you've thrown my way, your stories and advice helped me sort through this tornado. Been a hell of a ride lately, and I appreciate the backup more than you know. Stuff took another curve I didn't see coming. Few days after Lisa's doorstep freakout, my uncle, Dad's brother, called me up. Hadn't talked to him in forever, he's kinda the family ghost. Figured he'd lecture me to patch things up, like the rest. Nope, he dropped a bomb that flipped the whole picture. Said he'd caught wind of my mess through the family chatter and had to speak up cause this ain't Mom and Dad's first rodeo. 20 years back, he went through the same crap with my grandparents, Dad's folks. They tried pulling strings with cash and guilt, and when he wouldn't dance, they trashed his name, said he was a thief and a leech. Dad didn't stick up for him, took their side, and it split the brothers for good. Uncle said he felt ditched by Dad, took him years to shake it off. Hearing that was like looking in a damn mirror. Grandparents ran the same playbook on him, control through money, and now Mom and Dad were doing it to me. Made me realize this ain't random, it's a family curse, handed down like a bad heirloom. Dad watched it happen to his brother, then turned around and pulled it on me. Uncle said standing up to him cost him big. Grandparents cut him off cold, smeared him till he was the outcast. Controls their game, he said, and if you don't play, you're gone. Chilled me to the bone, same thing's happening now. They're mad I won't bend, so they've got the family dogpiling me. Hit me that this runs deep. Mom and Dad think they own us kids, and if we step out of line, we're traitors. Made me wonder if Dad's got guilt gnawing at him from ditching his brother, so he's doubling down to feel right. They built everything with me and Lisa on us owing him, and I'm the jerk for saying no more. Days after, family kept hammering me. Lisa's been busy riling him up. My cousin, one I used to be tight with, texted me a novel about how I'm selfish, disrespecting all Mom and Dad did. Said I could still fix it if I'd get humble and grovel. Same old song everyone's singing, tiring as hell. Hit me I grew up where love's a trade, you get it if you pay up, whether it's cash or kissing ass. Now I'm bucking that, and they're tossing me out, just like Uncle. Jenny's been my lifeline. After that call, we hashed out what's next. She said we'll tackle it together, that I don't owe nobody nothing, not Mom, Dad, Lisa, or the loudmouth relatives. She's solid, and I'm damn lucky for it. Still, I'm wrestling with it. They've messed with my head so long, I keep asking if I'm off base. Could I fix this without folding? Kept spinning my wheels, wondering if there's a way to talk it out without losing myself. Then Dad left a voicemail, first time he's reached out since the letter. Sounded beat, not pissed. Said he's done fighting, wants to talk if I'm up for it. No sorry, no owning up, but something's different, maybe he sees I ain't budging. Haven't called back. Part of me wants to hash it out, see if he'll listen, but part knows it might just be another guilt trip. Uncle's voice sticks with me, they won't admit fault cause they don't see it. If I talk, I gotta brace for no change. Still chewing on it all. Uncle's tale, the family flack, Dad's call. Wanna think they could treat me square, but after years of this, one chat won't fix it. Me and Jenny are keeping our eyes on what's ahead, trying to dodge this family poison. Still wonder if I'm right to hold firm or if I'm ditching my only kin. No easy answer, I'm just wading through, keeping y'all posted. Update 3, hey folks, gotta say thanks again, your takes have been a godsend while I muddle through this family junk. Didn't know where I'd land when I started yapping, but your words got me thinking hard, and I've figured some stuff out. Y'all pointed out I'd been bending over backwards forever to keep things cool with Mom and Dad, acting like it's all fine. Hit me that it's okay if it don't go back to that, hell, fine was never real anyway. Always been a messed up deal with them, and I've been dodging that truth too long. Time to quit chasing some fairy tale fix. Y'all also called me out for giving Dad too much slack, hoping he's torn up about his brother and might turn it around. Nah, that don't erase what he's done, all the years of playing favorites and jerking me around. Guilt or not, it's on him, and I ain't gotta let it slide. Still, I needed to close this book, with or without making nice. So I met Dad, had to do it for me, not them. Showed up, and he looked whipped, not the hard ass I grew up scared of. Almost seemed sorry, didn't say it flat out, but he owned up some for the wedding mess and how Mom and Lisa dogged me. Said he told Kin to quit bugging me, which helped a hair. Then he threw me a curve, pulled out the check I sent and pushed it back, saying they want to make it right. I was ready, though. Told him straight, I ain't taking it. This ain't about cash, it's all the times I came up short next to Lisa, the weight that's piled on me. Said money won't wipe that slate clean, it's bigger than bucks now. Saw him get antsy when I wouldn't grab it, like that's all he had to give. Think he figured cash was his sorry, but it don't touch the real hurt. He went quiet, then said he don't wanna lose me, that things went too far, and he don't wanna split. Felt like he meant it, but I ain't after a big hug it out. Didn't wanna rewind to how it was or fake it's all good. Needed a breather from this twisted game we've played too long. Told him I'm stepping back, this meat didn't fix much. Said I can't just shrug it off and need time to sort myself out. He didn't push back, just nodded, said he gets it. No begging me to stay or calling me dramatic, felt like a quiet sorry more than words could've. Walking out, I felt weird, not mad, not light, just kinda there. Wanted closure, but it ain't some movie ending. No big makeup, no tears, just over. Said my piece, now it's on me to keep moving. Since then, I've locked down my sanity, blocked more kin still yapping at me. Me and Jenny are zeroing in on our life, ditching the family noise. Feels good to breathe, but I still got doubts. No, I did right standing tall, but it ain't simple. Some days I mull if I could've played it different, given him one more shot. Then I recall all the times I wasn't enough, and I know I deserve more. Lisa ain't called since, bet she's steaming, but I'm done chasing her too. She's picked her team, and I'm cool letting that dream die. Hurt, but it's freedom too. Dad? No clue what's next. Seemed like he felt bad, but that might not build a bridge. I'm sticking to me, my piece. If I've learned one thing, it's I come first now, and I'm damn well doing it. That's where I'm at, not the sunny end I pictured, but the one I needed. Sometimes that's plenty. Thanks for sticking with me, means a ton.